So we got a nice little variety of stuff for the 23 WRX today that just pretty much all got dropped off today, which I'm a little bit excited for. We got some styling stuff, we got some performance stuff, we have some drivetrain stuff, interior stuff, exterior stuff, a little bit of all of it to continue going on the WRX because I want to keep modifying this car and we're going to continue to modify it within the limitations of what I can do right now since we're a little bit limited. So I've got everything kind of laid out on the table. You guys want me to toss the spats on, I'll toss the spats on for the time being to give them a chance to see if they change or flow any differently with everything else we got going on with the WRX right now. We have a Perrin super shifter stop for the WRXs. I'll show you what this is going to fix. I had one of these in my old FA20 WRXs that I used to have before I was making videos on the channel and everything like that. Killer B sent over a set of their dual catch cans. I actually had these exact catch cans on the BRZ when I had that car, so we're going to be getting those on there. We've got an OEM vortex generator, which I think that's what I'm going to be starting with today, and I think I'm going to be saving this for last. This is the OEM interior illumination kit. I was expecting this to be a lot like it was in the VA chassis, where it just plugs into like the hazard button and it gets power that way and it illuminates and whatnot. This, on the other hand, is a lot more intimidating. Let me tell you that much. There's a lot more going on with this kit than I thought. We're gonna start things off with something easy, and that's just going to be this nice rear vortex generator for up here. I personally prefer the OEM ones over the aftermarket ones. All the aftermarket ones look a little bit big and bulky in my opinion, and it just adds like a nice little touch to the roof line of the car, or the rear end of it and whatnot. So they make it incredibly easy. We're gonna go ahead and clean the paint. We've got all of our tabs here for the 3M tape. We'll get it all nice and centered, lined up, pull the tab, stick it on, and bam! We'll have a nice little vortex generator up there. All right, do a little alcohol wipe, so nice and then. Pretty symmetrical where I got it. I think I'm happy with that. If we're looking at it from up here, we've got same gaps on each side. You know, fuck it, we're gonna send it right there. Kind of where you want it. Push them all down until I get. Easy little mod, and honestly, I think it helps the rear of the car a little bit too up there. So I'm like happy with that. 60 bucks. As always, you can get a lot of these parts off our guys over at Rally Sport. Remember, we got a discount code right there, save 10%. So now that the easy one's done, let's jump over to this Perrin short or super shifter stop without short throw shifter for the WRX, and I'll show you what these do because they actually do make a world of difference. So in your WRX, let me put it in gear. So we're in first gear right now. You see all that like movement while in gear to the left? The shifter stop's going to clean that up. Same thing with fifth. It's not nearly as bad, but you can clean it up a little bit also. So this is going to clean up. There's nothing you can do about third and fourth, but first and second, you can clean up a lot of this slop. So it's exactly what we're going to be doing right now. Pull the shit knob off. Okay, it said remove the two 10 mils that hold that guy in place. Okay, so we'll get this guy installed in right here. I don't know why they call this a super shifter stop. Gonna make that small gap again since I have a feeler gauge here. That was too much. Okay. There's a small gap. Now it says carefully come out. Go into first. Okay, so now we're going to push this guy all the way up against there and do the same thing. Make sure all gears are easily selectable when clutch pedal is depressed. First. Second. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, reverse. So this is what it's looking like. You got the parent shift stop down there. If you want to go the extra steps of installing these pieces, you can. They're going to end up sitting inside of these little notches here, but you do need to trim off one of the little rubber band supports down on the bottom. There's like those little support notches above and below the rubber band, and you need to trim those off. Personally, I just don't care to. Like, it feels good with just the shifter stop, and I'm just going to leave it at that. If you guys want to go the extra step of cutting up the little shifter support guy at the bottom and install those other pieces, you can. Personally, I'm not going to. So we've got our shifter installed honestly feels way better with just a one shift stop. I'm sure it would feel better with the other ones, but for now, this works fantastic. So onwards to the dual catch cans. These are not terribly bad to install. We got the PCV fitting for the block. We got some hose, some zip ties, a washer, some hose clamp guys, all sorts of fun stuff. So these are not a traditional AOS. What these do is they intercept the PCV system, so it goes in between it. So it has like a swirling crazy function in here that catches the oil. You've got the petcocks down here to drain the oil. I had this exact same setup in the BRZ and it did great. I drained the catch cans every oil change and I had no problems at all. These are a cheaper alternative to most air oil separators out on the market. They don't utilize coolant. It's a simpler install and they get the job done fairly well. Plus, with the car being all stock, it's not like this thing has a ton of blow by anyways, so it shouldn't need anything crazy, just something to be able to intercept that little bit of oil that could be making its way in there. So I know one of the cans is going to install down there on the firewall. The other one's going to install it just kind of hangs out up here. So we're gonna go ahead and get our cob shroud removed. We'll go ahead and get one of the cans mounted up over there, get the other can and hoses figured out, and we'll get through this. We'll do this together. Start out with getting the first one installed. To make sure the petcock is closed, you're gonna make sure it's out all the way like that. If you have it this way, that is open to allow it to drain. So if you blow through the hoses, it comes out of the bottom there. So make sure that this is all the way down, and that will ensure that it's closed. Now, back here on the firewall, you're gonna see two little studs. That's just where this little bracket down there is going to go. So I'm gonna try to like fish this guy back there and not drop the mounting hardware. But stick my hand on here and get this other one started. Now this is what we're gonna be going for right here, is this fun hose there, I think. Using a sharp razor blade, remove section of outer sheath as shown. Careful not to cut plastic tubing. So this is the outer sheath. Cut through this hose. Do that right there, and then just remove the rest of that. That exposes this hose there. Like that. Elbow, but okay. That's weird, man. Why are we just installing it onto factory tubes? So that we've got catch can numero uno installed. Okay. Our shroud still fits. It does. Okay, now it's broken. It's a shame. I didn't even apply that much force to it and it just kind of broke. I'll send the pictures and the info over to Killer Bee. They'll probably do what they will with it. In the meantime, I have a hose put back on that cut PCV connection that I just cut off the engine. So I have another solution on the way. I'm not gonna stress it too much right now. I can still drive the car, so we're just gonna close that for now. So next up, I wanna jump over to the interior LED light kit. And I think I'm overcomplicating this significantly for what we actually do, because I just peeked around the car to kind of figure things out a little bit, and I don't think we need all of these harnesses, if that makes sense. Now, luckily in Japan, they use freaking pictures, which makes life way easier. So I can see a picture of a turn signal column here, which I think that's where we're gonna get all of our power from. Now, it comes with all of this harnesses and wiring and whatnot. I don't think we need all that. So if you look at this guy, it's got connections for battery, ground, all that stuff. It plugs into the radio there, or the infotainment. I don't think we need that. I also don't think we need this. I think this is for a base model that will pull things off. I don't know why it has like speed backup, room lamp. I don't know what that's for or why it's even there. You've got another one of these guys that has all these connections. Now I have all that to the side right now, and this is all I have out. So this, I believe this guy will just kind of like tee off of the turn signal, because that's where it gets its illumination from. Go down through this, go through the module, and go into these guys, which will then plug into these, and we're gonna have to pin them into these. I don't know why they give you so many of these guys. I'm guessing just in case you break some. They give you a ton of zip ties, some foam pads and whatnot. Torn the entire interior out of this car. Today is just not my day. I have no idea what these parts go to because they do not go to this. I'm chalking this up as practice. Today is one of those days where nothing goes smoothly, apparently. I have taken everything. I took the infotainment out. I took everything out. And there is not a single connector that matches any of the ones on any of the harnesses. So I have no idea what that goes to. So, woo! At least I know how to take all this apart now. Oh my God. All right, let me put all this back together. Hopefully putting it back together won't be that bad because taking it apart I had to like figure it all out. So let me put all this stuff back in here and make sure it all works. Honest opinion, I do not suggest taking apart the interior of your VB if you can avoid it. So that's dealt with. Now that we've got the VB's interior put back together, we've determined that this footwell kit is for something. Dude, I searched this part number. This part number comes back as nothing. The only thing I can find is a part number for this, which is a splicer for an antenna that's for 08 plus for the radio to something. I don't know what it goes to. So mystery parts are going to stay right there for right now. I sent that over and we're going to try to figure that out. So now we're going to do something. We've had two things go wrong today. If you wanted to hear that I try this fast, I'll try this fast. I'm just not feeling the spats. I'm taking them off. For some reason, they just give me they look tacky in my opinion. I couldn't tell you why. I just personally, I don't like them. I'm gonna take them back off. I think the rear end without the spats looks better. Yeah, they're coming back off. Yo, personally, I just think that looks way better. It just looks cleaner in my opinion. Don't ask me why. We all have our different preferences on what we like, but the spats are staying off. The only thing though, I guess we've really installed is the shifter stop and the rear doodad guy, vortex generator in this video. Now, I wasn't going to upload this video, but I figured it's important to show that not all the time you go to work on your car, even if it's basic install stuff like what we are doing in this video, not everything always goes like 100% according to plan. Things break. You get the wrong parts sometimes, you don't know, you try to install them, and, you know, just things don't go always according to plan. So I think it's important to show that kind of stuff. Don't let it get you down if it happens to you. You just kind of keep trucking on and figuring things out. So with the WRX, I've got an IAG AOS coming for the car. I'll do a full install video on that one because I know that's a pretty popular one that a lot of people want and a lot of you guys do. This has been asked, am I color matching the flares on the WRX? Yes, but we are making a trip down to Aeroflow Dynamics probably within the next month to 2 months. So we're going to be driving the WRX down to California. At the end of August, we're going to be driving the WRX over to, and you know what, when we go over to Utah, I might just make the detour and go down to SoCal and then make the journey back up north after that. I don't know, but we're gonna be going down to SoCal at some point because we're just gonna be taking a trip out to Aeroflow Dynamics. We're just gonna go pick up a set of color matched flares. I felt so cooped up lately. I just want to get out and go do stuff, kind of take a break from some of the install videos and whatnot that we're gonna be doing. Like, I'm still gonna be doing them, but I just want a little bit of a break and actually go out and do stuff. So that's just all I got for you guys on this one. Like I said, I just thought it would be a good idea to show that sometimes not everything always goes according to plan. So if you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver sign, whatever color it turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be able to put it in one of these corners, no idea which one quite yet, but with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies. Woo!